Several new and returning shows will be available to stream this weekend.
And if you're searching for one to watch, we are here to give you some tips.
TV Guide Editor-in-Chief Mickey O'Connor is here to help us with all of that. All right, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's start with a show exclusively streaming on Netflix called Ozark. I want to watch a quick preview and then we'll chat about it.
Sure.
Mom, what are we doing here? Your father's laundering money for a Mexican drug cartel.
Marty, where's my $5 million? Someone's going to die.
Relax.
Why do I have this feeling we both know that you'd be better off dead?
I mean, Mickey, I love Laura Linney. I love Jason Bateman. Set this show up for us.
Yeah, it's hilarious. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's a very different Jason Bateman. I mean, I think this is a really dark show. And again, like Netflix is just, it's producing so much content. This came out of nowhere. No one even knew this was coming.
I had no idea.
And Jason Bateman actually is one of the directors on the show. And, you know, yeah, it's a really dark story about this family that's on the run from this Mexican drug cartel. They decide to see if they can go off the grid. And it creates all kinds of family tension, and you know the FBI is after them, the bad guys are after them. Pretty tense.
Yeah, it doesn't seem any safer going off the grid.
No, exactly. Yeah. Well, you know, it's incredible because, as you point out, this show sort of came out of nowhere. I feel like it's really hard to keep up with these new shows that are coming out. Netflix and Hulu and others, Amazon, are producing so much content.
Yeah, peak TV. You know, I mean, I guess the thing is that with streaming, you know, it sticks around for a while. So it's like, if you know, it's not the same as like, is everyone going to watch on premiere night? It's like, you know, let's see how it does over time.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Speaking of premiere night, it was Game of Thrones premiere.
Woohoo!
So this Sunday, there's a show premiering right after Game of Thrones. It's called Ballers.
Yep.
Let us take a look.
Football's reality.
The reality here is that it's our turn to step it up. Together, we are going to bring the football team to Las Vegas.
Okay, so this is the third season for Ballers.
Yeah. So this is basically Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Right.
You know, it's produced by Mark Wahlberg, so it's very similar in tone to Entourage, for example. And he plays a former pro football player who now sort of works as a fixer, a deal maker in the sports industry. So the theme this season, you know, life imitating art, is that they're trying to get a pro football team in Las Vegas. And so you know, you'll see all kinds of cameo appearances from you know, big stars.
Yeah, I see Steph Curry, Chris Carter.
Yep, and my favorite is that Steve Guttenberg is on this season. He plays a very big sort of official in Las Vegas that they have to wine and dine to get this done.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Funny.
That's pretty cool. Steve Guttenberg's awesome. It's interesting about that show. You know, the concept is pretty interesting. It does have that tone to Entourage because it is produced by some of the same folks. But the one thing about the Rock character is that he could be darker. It's clearly a vehicle for Dwayne Johnson, and it never really paints him in too bad of a light. Yes, he's got a drug addiction in terms of like painkillers and things, but you know, it's sort of like very kid gloves.
Still pretty heroic.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's his jam, you know, that's what he likes to do, you know, but yeah, this is something that he started doing before, I would say, you know, his movie career blew up, and he's stuck with it, and, you know, it's the show's all the better for it.
I like Rob Corddry on that show. He's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
He's so funny. All right, finally, Issa Rae's Golden Globe nominated show Insecure is back on HBO and HBO Go this weekend. Before we get your take, let's see what she's up to.
Are you originally from here?
Yeah.
You live near here?
Yep.
So where you from?
Honestly, it doesn't matter what I say because this isn't going anywhere. That's how I feel.
How are you still single? Oh my God.
All right, Mickey. High Crimes and Misdemeanors. This show was, you know, it didn't make the Emmy race. It was shut out, but it's receiving a lot of praise.
Yeah, it's great. And, you know, I think the first season, you know, this is based on a web series, so I think that the first season of the HBO series had to set up the world. You had to meet the characters. It was only 8 episodes. Second season is the same, 8 episodes, but it gets a little further into it. And Issa, the main character, she's now single. The first season was about how she stays faithful to her boyfriend. This season is about how she gets a new boyfriend. And there's all kinds of cameos you saw there. There's a lot of bad dates. Sterling K. Brown guest stars on the show, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, it's great. It's really funny. The writing is fantastic, and there's a lot of really great performances on it too.
There's just so much to watch. I mean, I'm still behind in Orange Is the New Black. I'm only up to like episode 7. Haven't finished House of Cards, and haven't even started Master of None, which is insane.
It'll rain this weekend.
It's a cruel mistress. I mean, it's like,
Streaming is a cruel mistress.
It really
you heard it here first. folks.
Mickey O'Connor, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.